Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Washington Gun Law TV. I am Washington Gun Law President William Kirk. Thanks for joining us. Hey, we say here all the time at Washington Gun Law that we try never to tell you how to think, but just to give you the stuff to think about. And we're going to try to stay true to that mission today. As we know, we have a lot of crazy gun control legislation kicking around the country right now, but we have a lot of gun control legislation that is in existence, has been in existence for years, and many of you oftentimes have this question, which is, how the hell does this stuff continue to exist? How is this not unconstitutional? And the question usually has the following answer, which is, well, you ought to see the judges we have. And a lot of people roll their eyes and think we're just blaming the judges. Well, today is an opportunity to show you the caliber of individuals that we sometimes appoint to the federal bench. You know, the ones that really make the tough calls about your constitutional rights. So today, let me just expose you to a little something here. Let's have a little conversation about, should this judge be deciding your constitutional rights? Okay, so the issue we are talking about today, and it's much like if you like sausage, you probably shouldn't watch it get made, and much is the same way with law. If you like the law, you probably should not watch it get made or those who make it. Now, when a judge gets nominated by the President of the United States to serve on the United States District Court, it's a big deal for that judge. It's a really big deal for the judge. And so what we're going to be talking about today is a Spokane Superior Court judge named Charnelle Bjelkengren. Now, I may have mispronounced her Honor's name, and if I did, Judge, I am sorry. However, I can assure you when this video is done, there will probably be other things that you'll be more upset at me about rather than how I pronounced your name. Now, I also want to thank Ari Hoffman, who tipped us off to this story. And for those of you, especially here in Washington State, if you really want to stay up on the lunacy going on in both local and state politics, follow Ari Hoffman on Twitter. We're going to put that Twitter handle right there for you. I think the guy's fantastic. I follow everything he does, so pay attention to what he's doing, okay? Okay, so Judge Bjelkengren, Her Honor, has been nominated by President Joe Biden to serve on the United States District Court in the Eastern District of Washington. A court, by the way, which we happen to have a case called Brumback v. Ferguson kicking around. Now remember that this is a lifetime appointment, okay? These judges, if they get there and they want to stay there, they are there forever, okay? So this is a big deal. Now I will also point out that the President nominated Her Honor at the strong recommendation of Senator Patty Murray. Now, you don't have to take my word for it, okay? You can just go to Senator Murray's website right here, and as you can see, she is very braggadocious about this nomination. It's a wonderful nomination. It is always great that we put such powerful intellect on the federal bench so that we can ensure that your constitutional rights are protected. Well, during the nomination and confirmation hearings, along comes Senator John Kennedy from Louisiana, who has, I think, some very simple questions. I mean, questions that candidly any judge, well, candidly any college professor, no, actually just about any kid in high school who's taken enough civics classes should be able to answer. But, I'll just let the tape speak for itself.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and congratulations to all of you. Judge, on the far end, tell me what Article 5 of the Constitution does.
Article 5 is not coming to mind at the moment.
Okay. How about Article 2?
Neither is Article 2.
Okay.
Okay, so far we are 0-4-2. Now, not that it would be that important, but Article 5 of the Constitution talks about how to amend the Constitution. That is how the Constitution can be amended. Not that that would ever be important to a federal judge. Article 2 really important since it comes right after Article 1. That just establishes what office, oh, that's right, the office of the president and the vice president and the entire executive branch of government. 1/3 of the federal government is created under Article 2. But we're not done there because...
Do you know what purposivism is?
In my 12 years as an assistant attorney general and my 9 years serving as a judge, I was not faced with that precise question. We are the highest trial court in Washington state, so I'm frequently faced with issues that I'm not familiar with, and I thoroughly review the law, research, and apply the law to the facts presented to me.
Well, you're going to be faced with it if you're confirmed. I can assure you of that.
Okay, now we're 0 for 3, and the last question, which is, what is purposivism, which is a theory of statutory interpretation. Why should a judge know that, right? And it's a theory of statutory interpretation that says, hey, basically, ignore the text of the statute and focus exclusively on the purpose of the statute. So you can imagine what a carte blanche this is for a judge who says, well, I'm going to just ignore the plain language of the statute and I'm going to kind of guess at what the purpose was, or maybe the purpose should have changed by now, and so I'll change the purpose and change the meaning of the statute. So you can see what Senator Kennedy is trying to hash out. So we are 0 for 3, but the good news is we get one more at bat. We don't want to take the golden sombrero for the night, so how do we do?
Can you tell me what the independent state legislature theory is? I'm just asking you, not your opinion of what is it. It's before the Supreme Court now.
In my 12 years as a Washington State Assistant Attorney General, and that particular doctrine was not presented to me.
I'm out of time. Thanks, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, the independent state legislature theory is a theory that federal governments can dictate all federal elections inside of every single state, and there is nothing that any state government, state judge, or state official can do about it. Why would that be a critical issue to a federal judge? So let us remember that this is a nominee, a proud nominee, supported by your United States Senator Patty Murray, and then nominated to the federal bench by President Joe Biden, who, when asked questions, 2 of which dealt with just simple articles of the United States Constitution, 1 of which dealt with just a simple theory of statutory interpretation, and the 4th one dealt with an incredibly hot button issue right now as it relates to these attempts to federally standardize elections, okay? And so this is the type of person that your president and your United States senator wants to sit on the bench and then ultimately decide the rest of your constitutional rights. Listen, you may have more questions about this process or anything else related to what's left of your Second Amendment rights, and now you can see why with judges like this we have these problems. But in the meantime, if you do have any other questions, you can always contact us at WashingtonGunLaw.com, or of course you can call us directly at 425-765-0487. In the meantime, let's remember, part of being a lawful and responsible gun owner, like we talk about all the time here at Washington Gun Law, is to know what the law is in every situation and how it applies to you in any instance that you may find yourself. Until next time, thanks for watching and stay safe.